I'm in Thailand. What the heck? How crazy. I literally just landed here, what was it, 12:30 today, and it's currently nearly 11:30 at night. So we've only been in the country of Thailand for all of 11 hours. But yeah, welcome back to another episode of the podcast Titsteatraumaa with me, Neve. In today's episode, I'm obviously going to be telling you everything about what has been going on in the last 24 hours. From everything about my first long haul flight, everything about Phuket in Thailand where we are. And it's so weird because even though I've literally only been here for not even a day, I feel like I already have so much to update you on and so much to talk about and so much to yap about, which is so crazy. Like, imagine how it's going to be when I've not been able to film for, like, God knows how long. Because basically, if you can't tell, I'm in a hotel room right now, but obviously for the most part, probably all of the parts, I'm going to be in hostels, so I'm not going to be able to sit here at 11 o'clock at night and record a podcast. First of all, I'll be a weirdo. Second of all, that's just nasty. But anyways, let's get comfy. I think I just flashed you a little bit. Let's get cozy, shall we? I've got this bottle of water. I need to make sure I finish it before I go to bed because I do not want to be dehydrated in the morning. I'm going to move you over here. But yeah, where should we start? I'll be honest. First of all, actually, if you hear noises and stuff like that and my microphone's not great, it's obviously because I'm not using my usual microphone equipment. I actually have a proper like mic and set up and stuff at home, but obviously I've not brought that backpacking with me. I have, however, brought my entire fucking wardrobe, and my bag is too heavy. At Manchester Airport, I forgot to have a look at how much it actually weighed, so I actually still do not know what it weighed. Oh, my double chin is not good. And I'm also not fucking looking at you because you're all the way down here because I'm filming on my phone and I'm used to looking up here, and so I'm also just like looking at myself because I'm egotistical. But anyways, the flight was actually okay. Like, I hate flying. Well, I don't hate flying now. I don't like flying because I'm a pussyo, I'm scared, and I'm a hypochondriac, and usually, like, the longest flight I think I've done is, like, maybe 5 hours to, like, fucking somewhere in Europe. Well, no. I've maybe done further when I was younger, but back then I wasn't scared of flying like I am now. Like, I'm a huge overthinker now, whereas back then we used to go on holiday quite frequently. Like, I'd say I was kind of, like, used to flying a decent amount as a kid. But, oh, this is so cute, isn't it? It's like we're literally just sat in bed together and I'm just yapping. Yeah, you've definitely turned it off because who the fuck would want to do that? But, well, I should probably put the lock on my door. I have no idea what I was just saying, but yeah, basically the flight was actually alright. Oh, also, another disclaimer, I look horrendous. I can't believe I'm posting on my podcast, literally in bed, no sleep, no makeup, my skin's broken out from the airplane. So yeah, just like maybe don't look at me for too long because I'll get shy and I'll get upset, okay, thank you. But yeah, so the flight was like, I hate flying, and it was basically, so we flew from Manchester to Dubai, which was like 7 hours, and then Dubai to Phuket. We had like a 3-hour layover, and then we went Dubai to Phuket, and I'm so glad we broke up the flight because I actually could not have sat on that, like, the first, like, 3 hours of the first flight, I was kind of like, okay, like, this isn't that bad. I was sat with my 2 friends who I'm here with, and it was actually alright, and then at some point I was like, oh, like, I actually would like to go on a walk, and you just can't. It's the first time I've flown on one of them huge fucking double-decker planes, and you know how humbling it is to see the stairs that go up to the second deck and not be able to go up them because they're for business and first class. Insane. So crazy. And there I am, slumming it in the economy. And also, like, obviously, I don't know if you know, but I'm a vegetarian, right? I've got a bone to pick, yeah. And I know there's probably a reason they do it, and I don't need to know the logistics of it because I'm upset about it, alright? I'm not that bothered, but do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously I pick a vegetarian. You've got to tell them that you want a vegetarian meal before you go on the flight, which I did tell them. But, like, it was fucking shit. For some reason, the only vegetarian option is an Indian meal, and it's like, which is fine, but it's just like, I do not want an Indian meal for every meal. Like, why am I eating curry for breakfast, like, when everyone else has got a fucking omelette, you know? Which, I mean, maybe that sounds ignorant, to be fair, like, and to be fair, I'd probably eat curry for breakfast here, but my issue was that all the nice veggie options that were on, like, the normal meal, like, the dessert, they didn't add them to mine. So mine wasn't vegan, but they gave me a vegan dessert, but then they gave me a block of cheese. Even my bun wasn't the same as the normal one. Like, even my bread bun that they gave me was worse. Everyone else got a fucking strawberry cheesecake and chocolate dessert. I got some mashed carrot thing that did not go anywhere near my mouth. It looked horrendous. What is that about? Then on the second flight, I didn't want to really eat, to be honest, because I just wanted to like try and firm it and go to sleep, because obviously Thailand's 7 hours ahead. So we left at what time did we got on the flight from Manchester at like 1 p.m. on the Thursday, and then we were landing in Thailand at 12 p.m. Thailand time. So like I wanted to have slept on that second plane, because then it's like we are sort of settled with the jet lag and we can do something for the day, and then I could like go to bed and then sleep all night, be tired enough to sleep all night, but not too tired so that I couldn't like do things during the day, because I will literally just end up napping and then staying asleep because I'm weak. I'm a weak little girl, and if I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep. And to be fair, I did manage to. But yeah, the first flight was alright. Like, I was sat with Evie and Eliza, so like we were keeping each other entertained, and then I was so tired. I started watching this Joan thing. I've seen it on like ITV or BBC, and it looks pretty good, and then it was on the plane, so I started watching it. I watched like 2 episodes, so that kept me entertained and like kept me, because me and Evie tried to watch a horror film together, the one with Sydney Sweeney. I can't remember what it's called, but she like plays a nun, and it was so shit. Like I had to turn it off. Like it was sending me to sleep. It was actually just getting on my nerves. Like I would actually sooner stare at the blank screen and just think thoughts. Like, my brain whirs so much that do you know what, I probably could raw dog flight. Well, I raw dogged the second flight, actually, but I slept for a lot of it, because basically my phone ran out of battery, and my charger broke, and then I couldn't get my spare charger because it was at the back of the overhead lockers, and wasn't going to move, like, loads of people's stuff, also I can't reach. So, yeah, I just had to go the whole flight. Sat on my own, because I wasn't sat with Evie and Eliza for the second flight, and just like think. So I don't think it really set in until that second flight either, because I thought I'd get emotional at the airport and stuff, like saying goodbye to parents, and like the parents were emotional and stuff. But then like I think because we were all of us together, like we were kind of entertaining each other, and it was just kind of like hanging out with friends. It didn't really hit me what we were doing. And then on that second flight, I sat down, and I'm not gonna lie, I shed a few tears, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was in Dubai, I've never been that far in my life, and I was going even fucking further, and it's like, oh my gosh, if I deep it too much, I'm in this hotel room on my own. You're just so far away from where you're from, which is, like, it's just, I don't know. Me and the girls have been saying, like, we've kind of got imposter syndrome, like, are we actually here? Because, like, when you've been thinking about something for so long and then you actually do it, it's like, oh, like, am I actually doing this? Because I've thought about what this would be like for years and years, and now it's happening, and it doesn't feel like it's real, you know? I also actually don't know how, like, because I was gonna do it solo, and then I ended up flying with Evie and Eliza instead, but, I'm so glad, because I probably could have done it solo, but I would have found it so hard. Like, I've solo travelled Europe before, and I'm really quite good at, like, I'm not stupid, I'm quite street smart, like, I'm quite good at navigating things. Like, who isn't these days? Like, we've got a fucking phone with Google Maps on, you know? But, like, Thailand is just genuinely such a different country. Long haul flying when you've never flown long haul, having a connection, all of it is completely new territory, and it's, like, quite important things. Like, if you fuck up your connection or your bag drop or something, like, you've fucked it up and stuff like that. So I really, really admire people who, like, just get up and do it on their own, which is what I was going to do, but in hindsight, I don't know, it's really overwhelming. Honestly, it is, and it's so hot here. So, like I said, we landed in Thailand at 12, and it does kind of feel like we've done a lot, even though we've not, but, like, I've got stuff to talk about. Oh my gosh, at the end of that second plane, this guy was on a whitey. He just kept throwing up into this bag, like, on the other side of the plane, like, opposite to me, but I could see him. It was horrible, but, like, I just, like, ignored it, because I just felt so bad for him. Like, what an awful situation to be in, thrown up in a bag on the plane as it's landing. Like, if I didn't want to look at it, imagine how much he was suffering. Poor guy. And then I basically sat in a different seat from Evie and Eliza, because I chose extra legroom seats, even though I'm 5'1". But hear me out, is because my plan was to like put like a bag or something under my legs so that I could like sort of lay flat like a chair and then I'd sleep, you know, kind of make my own business class seat, like BTEC business class essentially. But then I got too shy to try and attempt that because I was sat next to the emergency exit, so I just felt like surely like they're gonna have a go at me if I like leave my bag near the emergency exit, and I just like, because I was sat on my own, I was too shy to like give it a go. So I didn't end up doing that, but I think it was the right decision. I was kind of like, why did I do this at first? Because like I felt I was sat next to two huge men who were friends with huge men who were sat behind me, and I was like, they could use this seat way more than I could. However, Evie and Eliza said they didn't get much sleep because like they're like they couldn't like just position their legs properly. So like I'm glad that I did that because I could like rest my legs up. I can rest my legs on the emergency exit. Oh my god, I got woke up by people twice on that flight. Like once I was conked out. How embarrassing. Like I bet my mouth was open and I was dribbling both times. The first time was like from one of my foods, and the second time was for landing because I had to put my chair back up because I pushed it right down, because the guy next to me was like, oh, like my friend's behind you, like if you want to put your seat fully down, just do it, like he's not going to care. So I was like, yeah, but I kind of felt bad because basically I thought I'd put my seat back, but then I felt him on accident, I think, like push my seat back forward, like, and really even if he did it, he didn't do it on purpose because my seat wasn't really that bad, and I could see like I just like his legs, like I was so sure, I was like, I just didn't want to push it back unless like I needed to, so I did try and sleep without doing that. And then when he was finally asleep, I thought, yeah, I got woke up, I thought, yeah, I'm putting that seat right back, we're getting cozy for this one. And yeah, I must have slept alright because obviously I've been able to stay awake today, although I don't know if you can tell, but I'm absolutely knackered. Like, I am a trooper, okay, for doing this. By the way, I'm shooting a podcast at 11:30 at night when I've not slept for the last day properly, and it's like my body clock's fucked. Also, that was my first time in Dubai. Dubai is a country. I mean, I as a gay person am not legal there, so not sure about that. And it's not somewhere that I would ever think that I would want to go on holiday. So it was interesting to like step foot there in a way and be able to be like, I guess, I mean, it's in the airport, doesn't count, but you've been to Dubai. But oh my gosh, it is so expensive, isn't it? So Evie's dad basically gave her some Dubai money that he had spare, and we had no idea like how much it was. So we went to this like juice bar, and we ordered like 3 paninis and 3 smoothies. And we gave them money, like, and they were like, I wonder how much it was in English pounds. And then we looked it up, £57 for 3 paninis and 3 smoothies. 57, that's actually disgusting. Why would you go there on holiday? Who has that kind of, well, it's full of like rich people and influencers, isn't it? But, and obviously that's airport inflation, but that's just ridiculous. Come on. What? Ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, we finally landed, and I was stressed because Evie and Eliza were in front of me, and like I couldn't like get to them before we went down, so I was scared I wasn't going to find them. But then we found them at passport control, and it was easy as pie. Bit of a pain trying to get money out of an ATM, I will say. Like if you're on like a time crunch or something, like, and I don't know, like Evie and Eliza got it out before we went, and I mean it wasn't that much of an issue, but like my Monzo card just wouldn't work. And then now my pin's blocked on there, so I need to sort that out. And then I only brought another nationwide one, and then that didn't work. But then I finally got it to work, so I did get my money. But now I'm gonna have to do that again. It's a bit jarring, isn't it? But I just don't want to be carrying around loads of cash. And obviously, you're jumping from country to country, like. And I also have realised that my budget is maybe like 50% smaller than it should be, like my daily budget. Although I've managed to stay in it today. But all we've done today is, so I am staying, I don't know if I said, but I'm staying at a hotel for the night instead of a hostel with the other girls, because I wanted, you know, a place to reclimatise and stuff like that, because I'm very sensitive, and I'm very sensitive to my surroundings, and I get very overwhelmed easily, so I just felt like this was the best way to control it. But then there is also that sense of loneliness, I will say, of like, so I met this taxi driver actually the other day. It's so weird. Like I wasn't meant to get a taxi, and then I ended up getting one, and we started chatting about this because he, when he was 24, literally did the exact same thing as me, like went through a breakup and then like went off to the other side of the world and stuff. And he was saying that when he got there, he booked a hotel as well to like settle in, and he just like cried for like the first couple of days because it was just so overwhelming and he wanted to go home. So I mean, I'm not like, I said this to the girls earlier, I just keep getting waves of like, what the fuck am I doing, where am I, like, and then waves of like, oh, this is sick, whatever. But I will say about Phuket, and this is something that I'd seen people say like Phuket's not really worth it and stuff like that. I mean, I've only been here a day, and we are staying at Patong Beach, which is like probably the most touristy, busiest area. But I'm not a huge fan, I'll be honest. It is so intense and like built up but not built up. Like I can't really describe it. Like the strip is very Bangla Road, so intense. Like not overly intense, like it's interesting and stuff, but I literally like, I didn't need to have a drink tonight because I just felt wired by like all the lights and the sounds and the music so loud. And when we first got there, like there wasn't that many people, but when we were leaving it was like 10 p.m. and it was like getting so busy. But so we are going to go on a night out then. Like I just think I'd have to be drunk to go there. But yeah, basically what I did was when I came home, I got like unpacked, sort of like basically unpacked my like airport bag, some of it into my big bag, because I don't want to be carrying around too much in my little bag when I've got my big bag there. How many times do I want to say that? And then I had a shower. Oh my god, how rude of me. I'm absolutely knackered. And then I had a shower, and then I walked down to Evie and Eliza's hostel. And oh my god, I hate the walk down because, one, I tried to get a fucking, by the way, another tip, I tried to get an eSIM, and basically you need to be connected to Wi-Fi to get the SIM, and so I didn't get it as soon as I landed like I thought I would, and then I tried to do it at my hotel and the Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough, and I literally left my phone sat open for like an hour and it just wouldn't connect. So I was walking over there with like no one to call or anything, and I was like, because the roads here like are like not easy to navigate, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about the fact that I'm actually going to have to cross one of these roads on my own, and it wasn't like that busy, so like I actually did have to cross some roads on my own, and that's a lot. Like I get scared crossing a road in the UK when you press a little button and it goes ding ding ding. I am still scared, so doing it here when people don't stop for you and like you've just got to weave through the traffic, like I know it's not as bad here as it is in other places, but yeah, big challenge, but I did it. Yeah, so then I met them at the hostel. We had a little drink, and then we headed to look for some pad thai, and Eliza wanted some pad see so we walked down to Bangla Road, and then we walked, like if you walked down Bangla Road and then turn left at a point, you end up at the night markets. So we got some food there, got vegetable pad thai and some like iced lemon juice drink, because basically I started overheating. It is really hot. The aircon is banging in this room, but oh my gosh, out there it's like 30 degrees, and I knew it was that hot, like I'm not fucking stupid, I knew it was that hot, but I'm just, whenever I get too hot, I get panicked, and I think that something bad's gonna bad is gonna happen to my body, and it's horrible. And then it started thunderstorming whilst we were eating, and we were like under, and it was really humid, and I just started panicking because my body felt all weird. But once we got up and like I'd had some of that ice drink, like I felt better. And so for a portion of pad thai, it was so nice as well. It was really nice. And a decent sized lemon juice drink, I think it came to about £3 something, which for your meal is grand. And I think Evie and Eliza paid like £7-8, but they got start between them, then a main each, and then a beer as well. I didn't get an alcohol because I just wanted to be hydrated. So that's good. It's nice to have saved a little bit of money on the first day. And then yeah, we went down and sat in one of the bars, and again they had some drinks but I didn't. I was nursing my lemon juice drink and stuff. Like I just wasn't feeling a drinky poo. But you know what, I'm so proud of myself, because the first thing I fucking did, actually, the first thing I did when I got into the hotel was have a poo. Amazing. first poo in Thailand is done. And do you know why it's amazing? Is because I fucking struggle sometimes with my tummy, and like I was really in pain on the flight. Like, not in pain, that was so dramatic, but I was, how much do I say? But I was like, I go through phases. Sometimes it feels like I'm gonna shit myself, sometimes I can't shit. Like, I think I've got like fucking IBS or something. It's not fun. But anyways, I was going through the gassy tummy ache, feeling sick, pain on the flight and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to feel like this for the rest of the day. Like, and then we were in the taxi from the airport was like over an hour. It's crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to need a poo. And he pulled over to put gas in, charge his electric car, and I was sat there like listening to whatever he was playing. I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming out. But yeah, that was good. And I'm such an anxious person as well, such a hypochondriac. Like, I was like, after our food, I was like, oh, I feel sick. Because obviously I'm really paranoid about getting food poisoning. Because that's probably something that will happen. So, like, the slightest bit of sick, I'll be like, oh no, I'm getting sick. But then, not to go too much into my bowel habits, I also just had another poo-poo as well, and it was fine. Oh, they've got bidets here. When there's a bidet, there's a poo coming your way, because I fucking love bidets. They just make it so much easier, so much less hassle. I really don't understand why they're not a thing in the UK as much. Like, that if I was Prime Minister, it would be a rule that they'd be in every public toilet ever, and I'd highly recommend you get them in your household as well. So I think our plans for tomorrow, we've thrown a few things around. They were on about going to, Eliza wanted to go to a Big Buddha, but it's like a 40-minute drive, and I didn't know that it was a thing, and it's not the one in Bangkok. Like, I'd rather go to that one, because I didn't know this one in Phuket was a thing. And then there's also a temple, but it's a 20-minute walk away, and like, I've seen nicer looking temples in other places that I'd want to go see, but I do really, really want to go to Phuket Old Town, and Evie really wants to tan, so I think the plan tomorrow is, and I need a pedicure, so I think the plan tomorrow is get up. Evie's going to get up early. I probably will, not. I want to try and get a good, decent amount of sleep, because we're going to go out tomorrow, so then we're going to do that. I'm guessing they might go for a wander to... So basically, I have to check out of here at 12, but I can't check into the hostel till 2, so I'll need to hang around here till then, or, stick my bag in, but at least hang around the area, I suppose. But, yes, so they'll probably go to the temple. The only reason I would go, because it's only a 20-minute walk, but it's the heat. I know that's so ridiculous. Like, what are you going to do, babe? It's literally going to be this hot everywhere, but I just, whilst I'm not used to it, I do not want to be walking 20 minutes in the heat. I don't want to bring someone else, their experience down, because I'm panicking because of, I can't fucking stand in the sun because I get scared. So I might let them do that and then join them in to go to Phuket Old Town, because I do really want to go there. And I didn't realise they've got some Harry Potter stuff there, which is really weird. And I know it's talking about, but I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So yeah, we'll probably do that, and then our plan is to go out on Bangla Road. We really want to do a ping pong show. You know them, well, if you know what it is, you know what it is. I don't really know what to expect, but I want to do something crazy. Shut up. I want to do something like that, and so do the other girls. Just think it'd be, I don't know, fun, I suppose. But yeah, I'm absolutely knackered. My eyes are barely open. I'm hungry. We went to 7-Eleven as well. It wasn't a great one. Evie got this chocolate melting pot thing. Oh, so good. And then they both got some toasties, and then I just got some fucking seaweed and chocolate corn crisps. They're actually alright, but it's nothing special. I also got a lot of water as well. But yeah, all in all, overwhelmed, I'd say. But also not at the same time. It's really weird. It's a weird thing I've been having recently. I think it's maybe being present because I get quite bad that, I don't know if it's disassociation or what it is, but I just kind of get clouded in my head and can't really, I feel like what's in front of me isn't real. It's weird, but I've been, I don't know, does that make sense? No, I don't think I even finished my sentence, did I? I don't feel overwhelmed as in pitter patter, but I just have waves of oh, I'm anxious, whatever. But I don't want to, I hope that I'm just anxious about the heat and stuff because it's the first day, and there was also a thunderstorm, and also we were eating street food basically for the first day, and you just hear so many horror stories and stuff. And then I'm sure when you get, everyone fucking travels it, I'm sure when you get used to the heat it's fine. Oh my god, I got accosted. This man came up to us on the beach and he said to me, he was like, "You're very vanilla," obviously about my skin. And I was like, "Well, yeah, babe, I can't argue with that." He was Thai. Like, I actually, look at the colour of me, I'm so pale. And he was just like, basically like being like, "Oh yeah, chocolate's better. You ever, like, you got a boyfriend?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've got 10. He was like, "Oh, you want a chocolate boyfriend?" And so I was like, "Oh, go away." Like, literally not even been here a day. And because obviously I feel like I've heard stories of like tourists getting, like, blonde, like white tourists getting stopped because, like, it's not something that's seen a lot in Southeast Asia. And I imagine a ginger white person is a fucking sight to behold. Well, I'm a sight to behold to everyone, aren't I? I'm stunning. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I really need to figure out how to make sure my door's locked. I nearly went out today without locking the door. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. I'm just so tired, but I really, really wanted to try and get an episode done. And if I didn't do, my plan was to do it in the morning, but I reckon if I do it tonight, then I won't have to rush and get up in the morning. And yeah, it's not like anything interesting, really. Like, yeah. If you do want to keep up with me more regularly and keep up with what I'm doing, I'm going to be vlogging everything. Like, this podcast is just going to be the occasional yap for now whilst I'm away, because it's not something, obviously, that I can do in hostels, like I said before. Whereas vlogging, like, you can, as embarrassing it is, you can do that everywhere. But I know it's not something that everyone's interested in, but I mean, if you listen to me that yap for this long, then surely you'll not be too bothered about watching it for however many long. I'm literally speaking not English right now, it's just not happening. But yeah, so hit the subscribe button if that's something that you're interested in, so you can sort of see when I post. Or if you're not listening on YouTube and you listen on Spotify, I post these episodes on YouTube, and I also post further content on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. My YouTube's just Neve Rock, it's just my name. And then TikTok, I'm just about to set one up called Neve Rock with all my travelling stuff. But then it's also Titsteatraumaa podcast. And then Instagram as well, at Neve Rock or at Titsteatraumaa with 2 A's at the end. So yeah, go put your fingers on them buttons and subscribe to me. See you later. Oh gosh, look at my dog circles, what are they?